You prayed. Heaven said nothing. Not a whisper. Not a feeling. Not even the faintest sense that anyone was listening on the other side. Just silence. And not the soft, peaceful kind. The kind that sits on your chest at 2 a.m. like dead weight. The kind that makes you question things you swore you would never question. The kind that feels less like waiting and more like being forgotten. And the part that nobody talks about? It was not just one night. You prayed the next morning. You prayed on your lunch break with your eyes open so nobody would notice. You prayed in your car with the music off, just talking to a God who seemed to have gone completely, totally, devastatingly quiet. And the only thing that ever answered you was the sound of your own voice disappearing into an empty room. Picture this moment exactly. It is late. Everyone around you is sleeping. The whole world has gone still. But inside your chest, something has been restless for weeks and will not stop. You are lying there staring at the ceiling, replaying everything like a film with no ending. The prayer you prayed that you were completely convinced would turn things around. The exact words. The exact weight in your chest when you said them. That one specific moment you closed your eyes and believed. Not performed belief, actual belief, that something in your life was about to change. And then nothing changed. Not one single thing. If anything, everything became quieter and heavier and more confusing after that prayer. And now, with no one watching and nothing left to perform, one thought begins forming slowly in the back of your mind. A thought so frightening you have been stopping yourself from finishing it for days. That is when doubt stops knocking and walks straight through the door. And here is what nobody ever warns you about doubt. It is never loud at the beginning. It is patient, calculated. It moves the way smoke moves through a room, so slowly and so quietly that by the time you smell something burning, it has already reached every corner. It starts as just a whisper. Maybe God is answering everyone else, just not me. You push it away. You find a verse. You feel better for exactly one day. But the silence continues. And the whisper returns wearing heavier clothes. Maybe I am not chosen. You would never say that out loud. Not to anyone who knows you. Not in a room where people are watching. But in the completely unguarded, completely honest space inside your own heart. At the end of a day when you are too tired to pretend, you feel it sitting there. Heavy, patient, waiting. And then the cruelest thought of all arrives. It does not knock. It does not rush. It simply walks in and sits down like it has always lived there. Maybe this silence is punishment. Maybe I did something that shut the door. Maybe God is withholding himself because I do not deserve to be heard right now. And that thought is different from every other thought that came before it. Because the others created doubt. But this one creates shame. And shame does not just make you question God. Shame makes you stop reaching for him altogether. It makes you feel like your prayers are an embarrassment. Like your voice is too small and your record is too messy and the gap between who God is and who you are is simply too wide to cross. So before that thought takes one single step further inside you, stop. Completely stop. Because everything you think you know about this silence is about to change. What if God heard every single word? Every prayer, every whisper, every desperate, ugly, tearful, honest cry you ever sent upward in your most broken moments. What if he caught every single one and held them all, and then, after hearing everything, made a deliberate, careful, surgical decision to stay quiet? Not because he was distracted. Not because your faith measured wrong. Not because you said the wrong words on the wrong day. But because what he was building inside your silence was so delicate, so specifically constructed for your exact life, that one word spoken too soon would have unraveled the entire thing. There is a version of your story happening right now that you have never been permitted to see. A behind-the-scenes version where heaven is not quiet at all. Where things are moving faster than you could process. Where what looks like abandonment from your side looks like total precision from his. Think about a surgeon operating on someone they would die for. Not a patient. someone they love with everything in them. That surgeon does not stop mid-procedure to offer comfort, does not look up and say, "I hear you, I am still here, everything is going to be fine." They stay locked in, completely, almost frighteningly focused, because what is happening on that table is too important, too irreversible, too critical to interrupt with reassurance. The silence in that room is not absence. It is not coldness. It is love operating at its highest, most concentrated, most intense level, expressed through precision instead of words. Now hear this and let it land somewhere deep. What if God is not far from you right now? What if God is focused on you right now? What if heaven feels this quiet because he is in the middle of something so intricate, so carefully layered, so specifically designed for your life, that your need for a sign right now would interrupt the most important part? Here is what silence does that nothing else can do. And this is the part that will either break you or build you into someone completely unrecognizable from who you were before. Silence removes every single thing you were using as a substitute for real faith. The good feelings after worship. The confidence that came from answered prayers. The comfort of seeing God move regularly and predictably. When those things go quiet, everything built on top of them collapses. And what is left standing when all of that falls away, that is the real thing. That is the faith that cannot be manufactured in comfortable seasons. That is the version of you that stops needing constant proof to keep moving forward. That stops requiring feelings as evidence of God's presence. That has been so refined by waiting that it has become, without any announcement, without anyone even noticing, completely and quietly unshakable. Now ask yourself this with total honesty. No church answers. No safe responses. Just you and the raw, uncomfortable truth sitting between you and God right now. What if he had answered your prayer the exact moment you prayed it? What if he gave you precisely what you asked for, packaged exactly the way you imagined it, delivered right when you wanted it? Would it have genuinely blessed your life? Or would it have broken something in you that you did not even know was still fragile? Because sometimes the thing we are urgently, desperately asking God for is completely real and completely right. But we are not yet the person who can hold it without being crushed underneath its weight. The door opened before the preparation would have walked you straight into the most beautifully packaged disaster of your entire life. And God, who loved you too much to let that happen, said nothing. That silence was not rejection. That silence was rescue. There comes a moment in every long silent season. One specific moment that arrives quietly and without warning, where you are too exhausted to pray, the strong, polished, confident prayers anymore, too worn down to reach for the right words, too honest, finally, to perform even for yourself. And something that has been held together by sheer willpower and stubborn pride slowly, completely surrenders. You are not on a stage. There is no one watching. It is just you and God and the wreckage of every expectation you came in carrying. And what comes out of you in that moment is not eloquent. It is not structured. It does not sound anything like the prayers you started this journey with. It sounds like this: God, I do not understand you right now. I do not understand why you are so quiet when I need you so desperately. I am tired in a way that sleep has stopped fixing. I am scared. But even if you never explain this to me, even if the answer never comes the way I asked for it, I am not leaving. I am still here. I am still yours. That is not the sound of someone losing their faith. That is the sound of someone finding the only version of faith that was ever going to last. The version that is no longer held together by answers or feelings or visible movement. The version that has gone so deep into trust that circumstances have simply lost their ability to reach it. And here is the truth that has been waiting for you in Isaiah 55 verse 8 all along. My thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. That silence you have been sitting in, the one that felt like punishment, the one that felt like being forgotten, was never God being absent. It was God being precise. Operating at a level and with a purpose your mind was never designed to fully follow. And Psalm 46 verse 10 says it with a quietness that carries the weight of everything. Be still and know that I am God. The silence is not empty. It never was. It is loaded with preparation you cannot see yet. Loaded with protection you will only understand later. Loaded with a purpose so much larger than the specific thing you were asking for. And one day, one completely ordinary day that will suddenly become the most extraordinary day of your life, you will not just receive God's answer. You will understand, with tears running down your face and your hand over your mouth, exactly why He loved you far too much to answer you any sooner. If you believe God is still working right now, in your silence, in your confusion, in your most tired and most honest moment, drop Amen in the comments. Someone else needs to see it today.